Hi, police. Yeah, I'd like to report a crime. Yeah, it's been criminally long since I last uploaded a video to my YouTube channel. Don't waste my time. Yeah, I won't call back. Okay, bye-bye now. Yeah. You alright? How's it going, folks? Been a short little while. I can only apologise about that. I found during lockdown, at the moment, even though it feels like we've got loads more time to do shit, I also feel like I don't have enough time to do all the shit I want to be doing, if that makes sense. But anyway, I hope you're all doing safe. I hope you're all doing well. And this video has been kind of a long time coming. I think it was like, I don't know how long ago. It's got to have been a month since this little channel that you're on passed 3,500 subscribers. In celebration of that, I thought, what better thing to do than take some questions and sling some answers. No one's done it before. This is the first ever Q&A on YouTube because of a subscriber milestone. Pretty crazy to be setting new ground. Thought it'd be fun. Little did I know it would be the most fun anyone's ever had, objectively. So I asked you guys to throw over any questions you had, however random they might be, and you did it. So I got some things to answer. So I guess this here is that Q&A video.
Where you gonna run to? Where you gonna hide?
Should we get into some questions and answers? Because it's a question and answer. It's a Q&A. Let's go. Let's kick things off with a question from your absolute boy, Laith. Obviously, big love to you, man. I hope you're doing well. And he said, bro, have you seen any anime series or films? If so, which ones are your favourites? I am not gonna lie, don't watch a whole amount of anime, but I have seen a few things here and there, but this is not gonna be some kind of like deep, edgy list of favourites of animes, because the ones I have seen are the obvious ones, so let's get that straight out the back. I don't know what it is about anime, but I've never been able to truly get into it like a lot of other people have, obviously. But I haven't disliked really any of the ones I've watched. It's just kind of like, yeah, cool, great form. Haven't watched enough of it, to be honest. I've seen approximately one episode of Attack on Titan. Supposed to be incredible. I enjoyed that episode. Not setting any records there, though. I've seen a bunch of random episodes of One Punch Man, which I used to watch on my lunch breaks when I worked in HMV, which over here in the UK is a record store. But yeah, on my lunch breaks, would whack that on. That was always fun. I like that one because it felt totally different and unique to a lot of the other anime I was being suggested. That was good. When it comes to films, I mean, obviously Studio Ghibli is the one that non-anime fans have still watched loads of Studio Ghibli. I am that guy. They're amazing. They're great. My favourite's probably Spirited Away. Yikes, complete walking cliche, Stu. Sorry about that. Don't see a lot of people singing When Manu Was There's praises, but I really liked that one. That was a big surprise. Yeah, that was a cracking one. Another anime film that springs to mind is Your Name. Fucking, yeah, that's, to be fair, that's probably one of my favourite anime films aside from the Studio Ghibli ones. God, that film was good. Made me cry a whole lot. I know that's not exactly new turf for a film at this point, but it did it. Our next question comes from Anna La, who has dropped 2 questions. Get down. It's fine. Stay down. It's fine. It's fine, everyone. It's fine. Absolutely large scenes happening right now. But yeah, she says, first one, do you like coffee? Yeah, I like coffee. I used to hate coffee. I used to really fucking hate coffee. But then I got annoyed at the fact that I didn't like coffee, and the idea of liking coffee appealed more to me than actual coffee. So I was like, I'm gonna force myself to like coffee. And now I can happily drink coffee. Don't always go for it. At film festivals, I do become a complete coffee fiend because, you know, 3 films a day, starting at 8 in the morning. You gotta have something to keep you going, and I wouldn't recommend crack. I feel like that also just applies to general life. I wouldn't try crack. Don't go for it. If it's between coffee and crack, go for coffee. That's probably the best praise I can sing to coffee. Yeah, it is a good beverage, not my favourite. Much more of a tea person. But Anna's second question off of that was, do you have a favourite biscuit? Ooh. Difficult, very difficult. Except, hang on a second, it's not difficult, it's a bourbon. It's a chocolate bourbon. If you don't know what a chocolate bourbon is, change your life right now and go get a chocolate bourbon. It's like a custard cream, but chocolate. If you don't know what custard cream is, that hasn't helped at all. I'm sorry about that. Also do have a soft spot in my heart for the very wholesome malted milk. Classic biscuit right there. Gotta love a malted milk. Great with a cup of tea, that one. Very good. Little Yorkshire tea, little malted milk on a side. Thank you, Daddy. I'm ready to die now. Moving on to our next question, which comes from Receipts. I've just made a fool of myself, haven't I? And they've asked what my favourite video game was growing up. And also, can I have your Kimchi DVD exclusive Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, lenticular Steelbook Blu-ray? Gonna go with no on that last one. Never getting that off me. You have to pry it from my cold dead hands, mate. It's only a Steelbook edition of what? My favourite film of all time? Don't think you're gonna get it, mate. Sorry. But favourite video game growing up? That's a good question. There's many, so I'm not going to pick one. I'm gonna throw a few out there. My mind immediately goes to Simpsons Hit and Run. What a game. Put way too many hours into that. What a happy game. What fun. I think it glitched as well, so it's one of those games where I just had to do it multiple times. Never got bored of it. Please remaster it. Another game franchise which I got into slightly later on in childhood was the Skate franchise, which are like the goats of video games. Skate 2, to be precise, was the best one, let's be real. Hitting the mother of all chains, jumping off the dam was, I mean, honestly, I would just do it endlessly. That game was sensational. Also, the third Lord of the Rings game, had fun with that. I also remember playing the Mummy games back on like PlayStation 1 or 2, which were fantastic. I haven't played them since. Don't feel like they'll hold up that well. Also, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PlayStation 2. Holy shit. I mean, what a game. And then there were the two golden nuggies of video games for me, which were Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, which I played relentlessly on PlayStation 2. That PlayStation 2 startup sound is forever just a part of the Spyro experience for me. Spyro Year of the Dragon, to be precise, was the one. Although it glitched and it never gave us the final egg. No matter how much we tried, it never gave us the final egg. And I never got over it. Next question comes from my boy Edo, who says, which flatmate was your favourite at uni and why was it me? See what you've done there, mate. Very good. Very nice. It probably have to be, it's the anal sex. That'll usually do it. That was a raunchy joke for the channel. Pretend you didn't hear it. Pretend you didn't hear it. Of course I didn't have anal sex with Edo at uni. I had anal sex with all of them. Don't know what that joke was. I didn't have a girlfriend. We'll move on. Next up on the conveyor belt of questions, as it were. Oh, yeah, I'll take you, mate. Is Daniel Yerk, who says, did you see Intrigue, Death of an Author? It was suspenseful, but the ending just seemed silly. It was predictable, but also didn't quite add up. Maybe it made more sense as a book. I didn't see it. I didn't see that film. No. You haven't painted a great picture. Probably won't watch it now. Next question is from the almighty Noah Howes. How's you doing? Had to do it. Please don't hurt me. Who's graced us with another double whammy of questions. So let's jump right into them. First up, give us some of your favourite film scores. There are a lot of them. I mean, obviously, Lord of the Rings. It's only the fucking greatest film score of all time. First couple of Harry Potter films, absolutely magical. Jurassic Park, Star Wars, anything John Williams is guaranteed to be a winner. Also love the score for Her, which is incredibly relaxing, and I like to listen to that when I'm doing work. Another absolute belter of a score is Carol. I mean, what a film, but what a score. Immediately makes me feel cozy and Christmassy and wintry. So listening to the Carol score in winter, there ain't nothing better, baby. Finally, one which I always seem to forget and come back to and be like, yep, this is amazing. It's the score to The Red Turtle. What a beautiful film, and what a gosh darn beautiful score. Another one which is just amazing to whack on while you're working. Oh, I've also just remembered the Cider House Rules and any Thomas Newman scores. Throwing those in as a final sort of, yes, please, let me have those. So, whole bunch of scores. Gosh darn it, they're all good. Noah's second question was, please reenact your favourite scene from any Neil Breen film. This is difficult because how do you reenact a scene from, frankly, a masterpiece and from a master director and actor such as Neil Breen?
You know, the public perception of what we do for a living really constantly amazes me. They think all that we do is drive around and get caught up in spectacular car chases and huge buildings blowing up and wild gunfire and so on. That only happens in the movies and on TV. In real life, it doesn't really happen. In real life, everything that we do is done very silently, undercover, electronically. The public never knows what we're doing. It's all done very, very secretly. Can I have some water, please?
Grandma, can I get it?
Yes.
I'll get it. Excuse me.
Speaking of secrets, there is one we wanted to share with you. Our daughter Megan was just diagnosed with brain cancer. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, thank you.
Just gonna leave that there. Should we move on? Vortex1003 has said, would you do a movie collection video? Those are always fun. Maybe. I've thought about it. I don't know. I don't. My movie collection is incredibly random. Every now and then I'll be like, these are the Blu-rays I want to get. And then I'll be like, that's a cheap Blu-ray, I'll get that. It's all over the place. I don't know. Maybe, I guess. It is always fun seeing what people have and watch and go back to. Let me know if you want to see that and I'll do it, I'm sure. Who knows? Our next question comes from, do you think my username is too long? Always have to shout it. It's in capital letters, so that's the rules. Who says, simply, would you kiss Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yes, I would. I would not hesitate to pucker up and kiss Arnold Schwarzenegger. I feel like the situation would also dictate my answer a little bit. Like, is he down for it? Is he not? Because if he's keen, of course, I'm not going to say no. If he's not keen, I'm not going to throw myself at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He'll crush me. He'll crush me like a coconut. He could wedge my head between his fucking elbow and just like, oh, and I'd explode. He is a very big man, and I am very not. Our next question comes from Michael's Face. How you doing? Always good to see you pop up, my dude. And he asks, what have been your top 3 worst cinema experiences? Seeing as you go to the picture house quite often, I imagine you have some tales. Also, do you miss going to the cinema? Well done on the 3.5k. You should deserve more, but the Lord works in mysterious ways. Cheers, dude. Obviously, always appreciate the sentiments. 2 questions in there. First one being your top 3 worst cinema experiences. Oh, and I have had some doozies. Having lived outside and inside London, as soon as I moved to London, the cinema experiences, they do get a bit crazy. They do. One of my recent favourites was I went to see First Man, the space film starring Ryan Gosling in a cinema over here in Tottenham. I went to see it, and there was a woman in a row in front, fucking... not even that far into the film, lights up immediately, biggest screen ever, which is obviously annoying in the cinema. I don't need to tell you that you shouldn't be whacking your fucking phone out full blast in the cinema. But it was so close and so bright, I was trying to watch the film, but you can't help but just get a bit nosy, see what she's looking up. She was looking up pictures of Ryan Gosling on Google Images. He's on the screen. He's on a bigger screen in front of you. She started looking up pictures of Ryan, then she started looking up pictures of Ryan Gosling and his girlfriend. I mean, what? How? Couldn't you do it at home? I can't understand that. What? You know what he looks like? He's there. I love the idea of just being sat there in a film with Ryan Gosling in it and just... I've got to know. Wait until you've left the fucking cinema, you crazy person. You're a lunatic. Not my first encounter with a lunatic in a cinema. There was another one. I went and saw It, the first one, in a cinema. Someone whacked out an iPad, which is just... It's just rubbing it in, isn't it? Who brings an iPad to the cinema? You can't put it in your pocket. You have to have left the house and went to the cinema actively knowing that you wanted to crack on with that iPad in a film, in which case, my friend, you're an asshole. And the final one that comes to mind was, it was not fun, but it was also hilarious, and I'll never forget it. It was when The Dark Knight Rises came out in cinemas, and the cinema back home, it's a Cineworld, and there's this massive sort of premiere screen, which is way bigger than all the other ones. So we were all wedged in there, opening weekend of The Dark Knight Rises. Obviously, an absolutely packed screen. It sold out. It was in the middle of summer, very, very hot outside. About 10 minutes in, aircon breaks, and everyone got incredibly sweaty, incredibly quickly. It was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in a cinema. There's only so much attention you can pay to a film when literally everyone around you is like... Not even exaggerating that much. It was so hot in that room. And then they stopped the film like twice to be like, hey, we're trying to fix the aircon, in case any of us hadn't fucking noticed. And then they stopped it again to be like, hey, we couldn't fix the aircon. Yeah, no shit. I have got buckets of sweat under my seat. No fucking shit. Then they were like, hey, look, you can leave the film if you want, and you can come back another time. We'll give you a free ticket. And I was like, I've stuck this out for this long already. I will finish this film. So help me, good sir. But there were like gradually more people getting up and being like, yeah, fuck this. And this one guy got up and went to the front of the cinema and literally turned around, looked at everyone else in the cinema, and literally went, yo, crazy. And then walked out. And it was the greatest moment of my life. Chef's kiss. But that leads me on to the second part of your question, which was, God, yes, I truly miss cinemas. But next question comes from your boy, Elliot Cohen. If you haven't checked out Elliot's channel, do it. You won't regret it. Elliot says, what's your favourite British supermarket? Get into the real deep shit right now. I don't know how specific you want to be by defining British supermarket. Is this just a supermarket that exists in Britain that I like the best? Or is this a supermarket that only exists in Britain that I like the best? Because if it was the first one, Lidl. I'm a Lidl boy through and through. I do my shopping at Lidl. I ain't got no regrets. Lidl's the best. But Lidl, whilst being prominent in Britain, is very much not British, so it might not qualify for that question. So if it's just supermarkets that only exist in Britain, I'd have to get Tesco, right? Next question comes from another boss-ass bitch. It's Aaron at the Movies, who has very kindly asked, after Dune, what franchise or forgotten movie would you like to see Denis Villeneuve tackle? What a question! I'd like to see him remake Hook. Don't know why. Just think that'd be a fun one. It's magical and it's incredibly cheesy, but I always thought that there was some like genuinely deep shit in there. So I would be interested to see it taken from a more serious level, and I feel Denis would smash that. And just like that, we come to the end of today's Q&A with our final question, which comes from your boy, Jigan, aka the Foo Master, who says, if you could only choose one film to be rebooted exactly the same as it was, except one role is now played by Dave Courtney, which film and which role? If you don't know who Dave Courtney is, I mean, I could make a whole video on the joys of Dave Courtney, to be honest. Apparently, he had something to do with the Cray twins getting caught and he fobbed them in or something. I don't know the exact specifics of the story. It's all a bit wishy-washy. But he used to be an actual British crime gangster guy, and now he just stars in really terrible British gangster films.
Tell me if I'm wrong here, Since when have you had to bring ID to do a fucking robbery?
Took it upon ourselves at uni to start watching a lot of those. We still watch them. There's always ones popping up. He's amazing. He's sensational. And I'd like to see him in every film ever. But if I had to pick one film to be remade and him be the lead role in, I would go Harry Potter, and I'd like Dave Courtney to play Harry Potter, please. How could that not be the greatest thing that has ever happened on this planet Earth? What do you want, Potter?
Alright, Malfoy, you cheeky little fucking monkey. Get over here, don't call me that, you little fucking nonce. Come over here, I'll give you a fucking piece of your mind. Yeah, I'm going fucking Leviosa, mate.
Please, please, can we make this happen? And just like that, my bitches, we come to the end of the Q&A. What a fun and totally unique and original way to celebrate a subscriber milestone, huh? What a treat. Feel like I need to reiterate again, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel if you have in the past, and watching my videos if you are a frequent, or if you've only watched one. Appreciate it nonetheless. Genuinely, you make this a super fun little hobby, and I know it's not a huge milestone, but honestly, 3,500 is a big number to me, so it's mad to think there's that many of you subscribed and watching my stuff. So I genuinely appreciate you from the bottom of my gosh darn heart. But on that note, I guess I should probably stop this video because it's getting way too long already. Until next time, stay safe, don't do anything silly, and go and research Dave Courtney if you haven't already. You won't regret it.